Hi, everybody. My name is Angus Wright, and I also go by Angus by Design. And I live and breathe and exist and celebrate life in Ottawa, Canada. I've lived here for nearly 30 years now. I moved here on my 20th birthday. I grew up in a small town called Owensound, which I was born in 1976, and I grew up there for the first 20 years of my life. And that town is about 20,000 people, and that's been the same population since I was born. So I love my home in Ontario, Canada, but I am found all over the world. Since 2019, especially since 2020, I have connections both in California, in Virginia area, and Washington, and really places all over Canada, the US, and international because of the peer service work, the type of art that I create, and the discussions and the spaces that I hold. So, if you've been following me or you know about Angus by Design, I'm celebrating 10 years of essentially just blogging about my life. I use all sorts of tools and methods to do that. I participate in social media. I create local media. I've been on television before. It's really about, how do we get down to the really real, right? I have plenty of videos and times and journals and rants and all sorts of stuff if you want to scroll back for all the juicy gossip. But today I'm talking about voters' rights. And in Ontario, Canada, where I live and where I vote, there's a provincial general election that's been called for February the 27th. And so, historically, I've received mail that I do not enjoy, aka hate mail, snail mail, just stuff just bombarded, right? From people who felt that they were well within their uh, lane to harass me, right? So part of my reality is that today, February the 7th, I am a disability rights advocate because I'm a person who lives with disabilities. I talk about stigma, men's health advocacy, because statistically speaking, we are the ones who need the most resources right now, and especially to address certain situations and certain, mental health, physical health, family health, generational health, long-term situations, and especially around crisis planning and receiving the care that we need. So, as somebody who has always been a voter since I turned 18 years old, as somebody who's always been a participant in life and living and my human rights and my own dignity, I'm happy to read this piece of mail that came in today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch from my long range glasses and put on my new super duper, I'm embracing my aging, reading glasses. So if you'll indulge me, I'll just read the piece of mail that came in that I'm really excited about. And I'm going to practice using reading glasses because it's freaky for my brain. So I'm going to try not to really, look away and look around, but this is something that you may receive in the mail. If you do not, please visit their website. But it's basically from Elections Ontario, and it says, get ready to vote in Ontario's provincial election. Mark your X on or before February the 27th to elect your member of provincial parliament. It's in French. I may butcher it, but it says, préparez-vous à voter à l'élection provinciale de l'Ontario. Laissez votre marque d'ici let's just call it 27 février pour élire votre député provincial ou député provincial. And all that's to say, I'm going to trust that that's the French version of English. I know a little bit. I speak it a little bit. I certainly love French Canadians, French Canada, and I respect that we have two official languages. So are you eligible to vote? So to vote in an Ontario election, you must be 18 years of age on or 18 years of age or older on election day, a Canadian citizen and a resident of Ontario. So you can register to vote, confirm, update, or add your information to the register at elections.on.ca by February the 17th. So you have 10 days. If you're registered to vote, you'll receive a voter information card in the mail with information about when and where to vote. So you can still vote if you have not yet registered. Add your information in person when you go to vote. So visit elections.on.ca for information on eligibility and registration. So your voter information card, if you're registered to vote, you'll receive a voter information card in the mail with information about when and where to vote. You can still vote if you do not receive a voter information card. So please bring one piece of ID showing both your name and current home address when you go to vote. So for a full list of dates and voting locations in your electoral district, visit voterinformationservice.elections.on.ca or download the Elections Ontario app. So the ID to vote. Did you receive your voter information card in the mail or through the Elections Ontario app? If yes, bring your voter information card and one piece of ID showing your name. For example, a utility bill. And if not, please bring an ID showing your name and home address. So for example, an Ontario driver's license. For a list of accepted ID, or find a list of accepted ID at elections.on.ca/ID-requirements. So vote early by mail. Apply to vote by mail at votebymail.elections.on.ca. Elections Ontario must receive your application by 6 p.m. Eastern Time on February the 21st. Elections Ontario must receive your completed voting kit by 6 p.m. Eastern Time on February the 27th to be counted. So at your local election office, vote in person at your local election office from January the 30th until 6 p.m. Eastern Time on February the 26th. So during advance voting, vote at any advance voting location in your electoral district from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time from February the 20th to the 22nd. And then vote on election day. So vote at your assigned voting location from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on February the 27th. Find your assigned voting location on your voter information card on the Elections Ontario app or at voterinformationservice.elections.on.ca. And if your assigned voting location is not accessible, contact your local election office before election day to request to be transferred to another voting location. Accessibility. You can use assistive voting technology at designated area advance poll from February the 20th to 22nd at your local election office from February 20th to 26th or by appointment on election day. For a full list of accessible tools and services, visit elections.on.ca/accessible-voting or call 1-888-668-8683 or TTY 1-888-292-2312. So information about voting is available in alternative formats upon request. So come work for us. If you're 16 or older, you can apply to work as an election official. So all positions are paid and training is provided. So apply at jobs.elections.on.ca and contact us. Get the facts from your trusted source. Website, elections.on.ca. phone 1-888-668-8683. TTY is 1-888-292-2312. Email is info@elections.on.ca. On Twitter @electionson, Facebook electionson, and on X, aka Twitter, @electionson. And then there's the Elections Ontario app. So download the app for important election information, a digital version of your voter information card, and a complete list of voting locations and more. Oh my gosh. Choices, options, thoughts, feelings, all the things. How wonderful, right? So just taking a look, we have the elections website here. So if you go to those web URLs that I mentioned, you'll see all this information is also available here. So it has some great resources to get the information that you need, find the accessible information about candidates, and to do what my grandpa did, which is just basically self-advocate and to look out for other people. When I mention my grandpa, I'm talking about my papa, who served in the Royal Canadian Air Force. And I'm so proud. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for the place that I call home, the people and the supports who keep us in connection with our human rights and dignity. And in spite of everything else, the people who come together to serve each other and to push for democracy and to speak up for what we believe in and what we think is important. So the time is now, the time is today, and the most, the most Canadian thing you can do, the most Ontarian, the most thing you could do for Ontario right now and for everybody is to learn, listen, love, and vote. It's the best way. But I'm biased because I like to learn, listen, love, and vote. So my name's Angus Wright. I also go by Angus by Design. I just wanted to read an interesting piece of mail, and I thought if I recorded it, I might be able to share it with the people that I love, which is everybody. So let's do it. Take care, everyone. Have a great one. Thanks for joining.